Okay, I'm just going to finish off this session by looking at the rest of the tools we most likely be using for the beginners to get us started with Photoshop. Okay, so the next tool that we'll be using it may be the brush tool. We mightn't use it that much, but just to have a quick look at it. So you can see up here are the different things I can select for the brush tool. I can make it smaller, or I can make it bigger, very big. And you can see different effects. Let's make it a bit smaller, it's a bit big. This is the hardness, so this gives it a different outline. So you can see slightly different there, and if I go up here, it's more defined. So you get a fuzzy look or a more defined look. Okay, so that's the brush tool. The clone stamp tool is a great tool as well. Let's go back. So if I want to Control D, select. So I want to clone this dog, for example. Just make it a bit bigger so we can clone it quite big. So let's go back to the clone. Okay. So clone stamp. So I have to click, and wherever I click, that's the part I'm going to clone. So I hit the Alt key, click, and then you can clone over. Click and clone. See, it's cloning the dog. Magic. So click here and I can clone him there. Feel like a mad scientist. So that's the clone tool. The next one we're interested in is the eraser tool. So say I get sick of all these dogs and I just want one of them, I just can rub them out. Okay, so that's the eraser tool, just erases. The next one we're looking at is the gradient tool. So let's just click the gradient tool there, and we can click on gradient. So you've got a choice of a few different gradients in here. So let's pick that nice multicolored one, and if I put my cursor here at the top and pull down, I get a gradient that way. If I can pull across, I can pull from any angle I want, and I get a different kind of gradient. There's loads of different settings that you can give your gradient, and it's only by messing around with these different tools that you get a real handle on how to use them. This, of course, is just basically going through what they do. Obviously in here there's lots of different settings you can change. You can have different settings here, smoothness, etc. So I want you to mess around with them so you get the gist of what they all do. Okay, so let's hide that and show this there. Okay, so the next one that we'll be using is type tool, and obviously that gives you lettering. So I put in, okay, and we could change the font. We can go up here and change the font to whatever font we like. Stencil is nice, and then we can change all the different settings. As I said before, this is your option panel, and it changes according to the tool you have. So now I have all the different font settings here. So anything I can do with fonts. Let's make it a bit bigger so we can see it. Okay, and also I can change the color by just clicking there and clicking away there, or else over here as well. So that's how we change the color. I like purple myself. Okay, so this is the direct selection tool, so you can directly select stuff when you have a path created. This here is the shape tool, so I can create different shapes. This is very important for us when we're doing our mock-ups. So we can change the size of them. Every time we click, we put a new one. So if I wanted 200 by 200 and hit enter, I'll get a square box. Okay, and if I hit the move tool, obviously I can move them around to different areas of the screen. So I'm just going to delete that for the moment. And that one as well, and that one. Okay, so that's the shape tool. Obviously you can get different kinds of shapes. You've got all these different shapes, including custom shapes. So in custom shapes, you just go up here at the top and you get a few different kinds of custom shapes. So just go OK. And you can get flower, which is a nice one. You can pull to make it bigger or smaller, whatever way you want it. Just hold, click and hold down the mouse key and pull to get that shape. So you do that with any of the shapes. Click, hold down the mouse key and pull. Okay, so I'm just going to delete all those shapes all at once. Delete. Okay, that's the shape tool. The hand tool is if you want to move things around with the hand, you can. So we'll do that. And then we have this here are your colours, the foreground colour and the background colour. You can swap them around as well. And if you want to change the colour, you just click on it and you can select the colour from over here. Okay, you can add different colours and you can get into the colour library as well. So it has a whole different library of colours. Okay, and that's about it for the toolbar for the moment. Obviously there's thousands of different things you can do with these tools, and in this class we were just doing the basics. So as we progress and as we do our mock-ups, we're going to be learning these tools as we go along, and we'll be getting more proficient and better at using them, and quicker as well at using them as we go along. Okay, thanks. Talk to you in class. Bye.